here, and I know it's been a while since the last video, but I've been doing a lot of work here on the house, and even though it probably doesn't look like it to you, this is all a new setup. Mostly what's on the other side of the camera, but this is all a new setup as well. So, what we have to debut this are these, the Series 2 Mega Construx Black Series Alien Eggs. And like the previous series that we took a look at before, these are designed to look like the alien eggs from the movie franchise. These, however, are tan, where the previous ones are green. This falls in line with something similar to what they're doing with their breakout beasts, where each series has a different color egg. We had green, we had tan. Who knows, maybe we'll get black, maybe we'll get red. We'll have to wait and see. Now, these are basically blind bags. And like Mega Construx's blind bags, each one of them does have an identifying number on the bottom. Let me see if we can take a look, because on these ones, on the tan ones, it's a little harder to see than it was on the gray ones, or the green ones rather. I don't know if you can see that right there, but you can see those numbers right underneath the studs there. All you have to do is pay attention to the last two numbers. Like this one is 96 TC, for example. All you have to pay attention to is the 96. And that will tell you what is inside the alien eggs. And in the description below, I will put the egg code along with what's actually inside these once we have these open and we take a look at them. There are only 3 eggs, just like before. Each one has 2 alien minifigs on the inside. So, without further ado, let's get these open and we'll take a look at the Series 2 Mega Construx Aliens. Okay friends, here they are out of the eggs, and before we go any further, I have to say, this has got to be the easiest cash grab Mega Construx has ever come up with. Because virtually nothing changes from series to series, at least from Series 1 to Series 2, except the coloring of the alien micro action figures. Everything else is the same. The shape of the eggs, the facehuggers, the figures themselves, even the little 3-stud wide plate that they use for a stand. Everything is the same. Minimal effort put into it, yet we will gobble them up every chance we get because they are great for army building and just collecting in general. Now, the last series that we had was all solid colors. This series seems to have a direction towards two-tone, which even just sitting here, I'm sure you can see, especially on the 2 up front, that certain parts are similar in color, but a little bit different, a little bit darker. And let's start with this one right here, which is probably my favorite from this series, this copper one, or this bronzed one. Come on. There we go. And you can see right there that, like, the lower legs, the crotch piece, the hands, the elbows are all a darker color than the rest of the figure itself. And I really do like this color. I really do like this coppery bronze. I guess it's more copper color. That is really sharp. This for me is one of the 2 standout figures, and we'll get to the other one in a second. See that? All pretty much solid color, no real texturing, just all this nice copper. Now, the one that he comes with is this guy, and we've had a red Xenomorph before in the last series, and we've had a red Xenomorph with this black coloring in the last series, but this one has some translucent parts to him. Once again, the lower legs, the crotch piece, the elbows, and the hands are all translucent. And normally hands on a figure this small that are translucent I would be worried about, because translucent plastic, as most of you know, is very brittle, is very prone to breaking, and if you try to put anything in this hand, I'm worried that eventually, very soon actually, it would just snap open. However, since there's no accessories with the Xenomorphs, that's not going to be as much of an issue unless you give them something yourself. Now, we also have the Facehugger with each and every one of them, and as you can see, the Facehuggers are different colors too, whereas with Series 1 they were tan, this time they're more of a brown color, and I think this actually looks Well, one, it looks a little bit more detailed because it also puts this discoloration in it, and I think this does look a little bit more movie accurate as far as the coloring goes. Oops. Also, we have, with every piece or every egg, we have the face-hugging facehugger that you can see. Let me try and focus this in. You can see has the tail and has the ability of wrapping around another figure's head. Each egg comes with slime. So the slime that comes with this coppery, no, let's put this back here, that comes with this copper colored xenomorph and this red and translucent xenomorph is a nice orange colored slime. Now what I really like about this slime, this is quality slime. And what I mean by that is, since Mega Construx is owned by Mattel, that is Mattel slime. And Mattel makes the best slime, bar none. What would be really cool is, since we're getting all of this slime with aliens and with breakout beasts and crystal creatures, it would be really cool if at some point down the line for the Masters of the Universe set, we get the slime pit. So we can actually use all this slime and slime some of our heroes in the process. Now, I forget what number this is. I think this is the middle one. I think that's 56. Like I said, I'll put it in the description below, the number of the egg and the figures they come with. Now over here, we have this one that is a dark green in color, almost like an olive drab, a military green look. Sorry, he's not wanting to be in focus right now. But there we go. Just like the previous ones, two-tone in color. The bottom legs, the crotch, the hands, the elbows are all of a darker shade of green. And the green has a little bit of texturing to it. You can see these black spots throughout the skin. And this is a decent color green. I like this. This isn't one of my favorites, but it definitely has some character to it. It has some style to it. It's a color we haven't seen before. Okay? All of them have the same molding, the same sculpting as the first series of Xenomorphs. Now this one is interesting, and I don't know if this is a mistake on mine, or if this is the way that it's supposed to be, but we have this purple one here, and instead of being two-tone, he seems to be three-tone. Because first of all, he has translucent pieces, just like the red one does. The hands, the crotch, the elbows, the lower legs. But his torso and his left leg, as you can see, is a dark green, whereas his head, dark purple, whereas his head, his tail, his head and his tail and his right leg are this lighter purple mixed in with the translucent. So I don't know if that's a mistake on just my figure or if that's the way this one is supposed to be. But it's an interesting choice to give him 3 different colors instead of 2, whereas everything else just has the 2 colors to him. Now, like I said, each one of them you can see comes with a 3-stud wide base stand. Also, each one of them comes with the 2 facehuggers. And this comes with some really nice translucent blue, like ice blue slime. I really like this color. Oh, its consistency is fantastic. I just wish we had something to use it for. Come on, Mega Construx, give us a slime pit. Give us something that we can dump this stuff into. Now the final one over here. This one has a gray character to him. And just like everything else, two-toned, lower legs, crotch, hands, elbows, all a darker gray. The body is a lighter gray. This is probably the most alien-looking alien that we have in the whole set. This is probably the most common, or the most basic-looking one, as close to a black xenomorph as we could get, is this gray one with this series. And I think they're going to do that. I'm willing to bet that every series is going to have a xenomorph that is close to, if not the base standard color from the movies, and other forms of media, like comics, things like that. So we have that one. And now this one is the other standout character to me. That this one at first glance looks like he's all white. But you can see the lower legs, the hands, the crotch. It's a pearlescent white. And it really has a shine to it. And I really like that. This is the other standout figure for me, anyway. It is just this pale bone white with this beautiful translucent finish to some of the parts. It doesn't glow in the dark, but I actually like this better as a special figure than the glow in the dark one that we got with the last series. I really, really like this one. Once again, 3-stud wide base stand, Facehugger pieces, and this is like a candy apple green slime to it. This is actually, what I like about this slime, this is actually stuff that looks closest to the original Mattel Masters of the Universe Hordak slime pit. This looks like the stuff that came out of that play set, and it would be really cool to be able to use this again. So there we go, friends. That's what I have for you today. I just wanted to take a look at the Mega Construx Black Series Alien Blind Egg minifigures before we move on to the Alien Queen, because yes, the Queen is coming. We can't do subjects without having the Queen to show off, so we'll be coming down with that very soon. In the meantime, play well, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, thank you for watching.